Hello, hello, hello. Change my banner. Sorry I'm late. Kids were a little slow getting out the door. There we go. Says it's done. I turn the sound down over here. There it is. Alright, get set up. Come on. Slowest tablet in the world, like I said. So, have some coffee. Welcome in this morning. Having a bit of a rushed start. I'm actually waiting on my tablet to get a move on. Okay. This is the project I was talking about yesterday that I switched from what I was wanting to make. I'll show you that here in a second. I want to move this without disrupting it. I'm going to turn on my humidifier here. There it goes. It's still pretty heavy, and so it's full of air, right? Or air, full of water. Okay. See if I can find me. If I'm even showing up as live. I'm not even showing up as a friend. Come on, there we go. Tap in. Good morning. Thank you for joining. Okay, I think I'm ready. This is Tunisian 10 stitch. It started here, almost. I need to zoom out a little bit. Not swipe. There we go. Dude, come on. There we go. That's better. So you can see a little more. I still have this, and I looked it up, and I can get more. I can get another cake. It's $15. It's exclusive to Michael's, so if I don't want to pay exorbitant shipping fees on top of that exorbitant cost for the yarn, I can drive an hour and a half one way and go get it. So that one is on the back burner a little bit. I'll probably finish it off. But here is what I was talking about yesterday. I started a star blanket. That's the back. This is the front. I love it. It's gorgeous. It actually got some stitches pulled out. But the problem here is, you see how wonky it is here? And then this purple didn't make it all the way around twice. I'll scoot it down a little bit. Right here. And it really, really shows. So my thought is I will go get some yarn that looks kind of like this, and kind of like this, and kind of like this, and make a star and control the colors. That way I get the same pretty star, but it's not wonky. Because this part right here really bothers me, and this stands out a lot. So I'm going to scrap this one, and we're going to keep using it in here. See how different the colors are? It's a little bit crazy. I bought them at 2 different stores. So, I don't know. Now to see which skein goes with which project. Because they're both getting low. And I will take one cake and I'll start from the outside so that I can show you. Okay. Come here. It's trying to stick to itself a little bit. There we go. That goes with this one. So, seeing how different these two are, see how much wider, there, that's better. How much wider this one is than this one, and how much darker this one is than this one. You can tell they're from this different cake. Now, I'm not saying it wouldn't look pretty to keep going using this skein, but I don't know. And I will show you using this one from the outside how to start the 10 stitch. So, I'm just going to move this one up here out of the way. Put this over here. I'm using I9. So this one is very hard to read. They're all bunched together. Catch up, there we go. Now tilt. I'm just waiting for my tablet to catch up with the rest of the world. Come on. How much tilt do we have to put on it? There, oh, I had it. I9, 5.5 millimeters. Still really hard to read. That's the hook that I'm using. Okay, the label is glued to the yarn. And I'm making a big mess with this yarn over here because it's falling apart. There. Hang on, I forgot to turn on my lamp. Okay, I'm not really countering this right here, but now it's called a 10 stitch, but you don't have to 10 stitch. You don't have to do 10 stitches. But for the first row, because we are adding, we're just starting, we're going to do 11. So chain 11, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And we have one on the hook. I'm just going to go in this top stitch and we're going to pull up a loop. So you have 2 loops. And we're going to do that in each stitch across. So there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and now we have 11 loops. Now, this very last loop that we added on is going to be the edge that we work into when we come around. So we're going to pull through 1 and then pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2, all the way back across, and that is the whole row. And then to count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, I didn't count this one over here. I couldn't see it. Dark. Sorry, it's so dark. So we've got one loop on our hook, and we're going to go back and go through each bar. Can you see those? I shouldn't have zoomed out yet, huh? And pull up a loop. And I believe they call this one Tunisian simple stitch, but I could be wrong. And I didn't get a chance because basketball games start so early yesterday to put up a graphic about front post and back post. And it's going to curl until you come back down the other side. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then on the end, go through both. That's not where we want it. Right there. Go through both loops. Go here. There you go. Because this is where we will attach when we come back around. There we go. And that, pull through one, because you're creating a chain on the side. Then 2, 2, just like all crochet, it's fiddly in the beginning. Here we go. And that is the gist of it. Now I'm going to move all this over here, and we're going to resume this because we are coming to a corner. And see how it, can you see the angles? So you do 10 stitch. I did 15 rows. And then you're just going to decrease down to a point. And then when you work back, you will increase. And then you come back down. I'm watching. And then resume going in rows, joining where you put that extra chain. And then you just continue to go around and around and around. But we are here. Get my yarn sorted. It's a little bit messy. Get a drink of coffee. Even my coffee didn't come out quite right this morning. It's still delicious, but there's some undissolved grains in the bottom. Sorry, I have to look at the straw. Alrighty. It pulled out a row while I had it packed. So, pull up a loop in every bar all the way across. And we'll count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 10. The joining is the 11th. I don't usually count it. Go all the way back. Now these chain 2 are the top of this row's point. So you'll see when we get there. Go back across, pulling up loops. Oop. Lost my tension. But we're not going to join this time. Not going to join because we're decreasing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Pull through 2. All the way across. Pull up more loops. The only thing I count on this one is that I have the proper number of stitches on the hook. I just follow the edge. I don't need to count how many rows I have because it is what it is. Okay, this twists up a lot, so a lot of letting it flow. I'll pull through 2, 3, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we will decrease as we go. Then pull through 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3, 4, 5. See, it curls up. 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know how I lost count. 2, 2, 2, all the way across. 2. Am I getting out of view? That's really all I'm watching for, is that I'm staying where you can see me. The video I learned this from, they called it mitered corners. Two, 2, 2. See how that is so annoying. How it curls up in my hand and doesn't slide easily. Go through 2. There we go. One more. All the way. Then chain 2. Then we're going to turn a little bit because we're going to work back down here. And we're going to join when we get there. Okay, we're going to skip this one and we're going to go right down here to this bar. And what I do is I go in the loop beside the bar. Nope, wrong one, sorry. We want to skip that one and go in the outside one. We need 4 to start with. So 2 loops. There we go. 3 loops. 4 loops. I picked up 2 loops from this row because it takes 2 loops to add a stitch. So 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to go down here. Pull up a loop and on the side, and I don't know where they put their hook, what stitch, because it just didn't look right to me. And then 1, 2, 3, bars right there, just very dark. 4, right there, and right there on the end. And we're just going to keep increasing as we go along. Once you get the hang of the pulling up a loop and then pulling through 2, it's really easy. It's just a matter of where you put the next stitch. And I like Tunisian because it's very dense. It's not super holy. like my other stuff, which is really lacy. Wait, now I lost where I was. There we go. Pull up a loop, go in there and pull up a loop, and go in there and pull up a loop. I have to remember to only stop focusing at the beginning or the end of a row. Otherwise I lose my place. There. Okay, can you see? How are we doing? How many questions have I missed? Thank you for the follow. I appreciate taps too. Really, really appreciate it. It helps. Oh, my tablet is trying to fall down over here. It's big and bulky. And it's on the old tripod. I had to get a new tripod because this one just kept flopping about. But I use it with my phone for basketball. And I need to get the one that hooks to the fence ordered for softball and baseball. Because I can't be up close. The phone can, but I can't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're at 7. We're already in that one, so we go to the next one. The loop on the edge. There we go. Pull through 2, 2. See, I have to reset. I love the yarn. It's gorgeous and it's so soft. But it's very twisty. When it unravels and twists. Kind of like thread. And this color, yes, it's called Chi, if that helps. Almost back. It curls a little bit on the edge, but you can see it flattens out once it gets a little weight to it. More coffee. Thank you for joining. Welcome in. Okay, we are almost back. I forgot, oh, I went through 2 there. I forgot to bring in the other yarn I got, because this yarn should be readily available. Check and make sure I'm not getting an R for talking about buying stuff outside of TikTok. Just saying, that probably get me a restriction. I don't have a lot of room to move my arms around in here. Under the phone, under the lamp, in front of the tablet. And I'm very clumsy, so things get knocked over too easily. So we're already in this one. We're going to the next one. And that little bump right there. Oh, come on. Get on here. Get in thread by thread. There we go. 2. Oh, I didn't pull up a loop. First I gotta pull up a loop. Pull up a loop. I almost did a slip stitch there. And pull up a loop. Then pull through 2. And 2. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And we are back. Right here is the chain 2, like I did up here. Can you still see? And see, we ended in that one. Started our decrease from that row. So we'll go to this chain 2. Now you can go into the chain 2 chain if you want to. Go into each one if you want to. Or you can just go in the space one time and then move to the next stitch. It's up to you. I kind of tend to alternate. Sometimes I go into it, sometimes I don't. So pull the loop. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then the join, which I'm going to go in here just to decrease that hole a little bit. If nothing, crocheting is a huge exercise in patience. Which is, I think, why ADHD people love it so much. It absorbs your focus and makes your hands move, but with purpose, not just squirming. 3, 4, 6, 9, 10. I can count, I promise. So I'm still working on my first copy. I want to go in there. Kind of fill that gap in a little bit, but I made it a little tight on the last time around. There we go. Pull through 2. All the way back. Now I have tension on my yarn. Now you can just work in the regular stitches. I don't know if you can see, it is so dark. See the V's here? These are the outside edges of this row. So it would be these. So they always end up a little looser for me. Okay, now get back up here. Maybe you can see a little better. Good morning. Thank you for joining. We are making Tunisian 10 stitch. See, I filled it in a little bit, but it's still kind of there. But it's okay. It's just a small gap. You're just making chains with string. You have to expect there'll be some gaps. When we get out of the purple, you'll be able to see better. The dark purple. It's all purple. If I get through this skein. Cake. It's a cake. When I say cake, I think of the kind you eat. And then I want to go get some cake. I don't have any cake. I'd have to make one. Pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. There we go. With yarn that was less squiggly, I could... barf. It just likes to grab hold of itself. Because it's not staticking in here. It just wants to catch and twist. This is very, very drapey. If you wanted to make something that had good hang, this would do it. I'm trying to think. I have at least one completed 10-stitch blanket. It's in browns. It's a discontinued yarn. I had to scour the internet to find it. Which is why it ended up the size it did. I have another one with another discontinued yarn, but I don't think I have it up yet. I am making a 10-stitch blanket. And welcome in. Thank you for asking. Oh, that's why it's so quiet. I'm hearing birds chirping. It's actual birds outside. It could just be in my head because I forgot to turn this on. There will be a commercial first. Get some coffee. Okay. And do I need to not even sign in? It's just a playing away. This poor thing. It is. Oh, I believe I bought this from a friend of mine, so it was already used when my daughter was in a car seat, and she is 18, almost 18 and a half now. Yep, there it goes. Commercial free video with a commercial. It's not the creator's fault. It's the people who think they have to make money on everything, which is everybody, so it's a channel that wants everybody to subscribe to what was once free. Even though they keep playing commercials and everything. Okay. Skip. I think I missed the skip opportunity. There we go. I hope we can get the sound back up. There we go. Tweety birds. 2, 3, 4, 5. Still got a green dot. 6, 7. Yet to pick a project or yarn. This is Tunisian 10-stitch. It's a little bit more advanced. I would start with learning the basic stitches, like single crochet. There are tons and tons of videos out there that are excellent tutorials. I I learned this from a tutorial. I still learn new stuff all the time. Learning the stitches and understanding the abbreviations is the best place to start, and with something small so you don't get frustrated or bored, because we do tend to get bored quickly. Which is why we have so many projects going at one time. And I'll tell you right now, yarn shopping, this is Tunisian 10 stitch. That's a little weird, looking a little wonky right there. It's a Tunisian stitch, but you just keep going around and around. Let's see if I can get this over here more. So it started here in rows, and we worked back and forth, and then we did a corner, and then we worked back, and then we did another corner, and then worked in rows. And I did the corner to start with, but it's basically when you get to the end of the row, then you begin decreasing rows, and then you build back down, increasing, and then work in rows again all the way up the side. And I don't know how long it'll take me. I don't really time any of this. So I may or may not make it to the end in this live. Back to the beginning, very beginning of crocheting. Learning the abbreviations will help so much when you want to do a written pattern. And that it's kind of a foreign language, but it's really not. It's just abbreviations for real words like chain and single crochet and slip stitch. It's been quite a while since I picked up a hook and yarn for the first time. I can't really remember what I made. Honestly, I would start with something like a small pot holder, which, I mean, if you're going to do it in single crochet and you don't have to use cotton, just don't use it. Thank you. Just don't use it for heat, something hot. Like maybe putting under a hot bowl or something. Keep your hand safe. But just something small that you can make and finish quickly. And I have found that the bigger hooks and the chunkier yarn are easier to work with because you can see your stitches better. And they take bigger movements to make, which you can refine later on into smaller movements. So I know when I'm working with really big yarn and a big hook, I feel it more in my shoulders because they're bigger movements. crocheting is very relaxing when you're not dealing with tangles. That's really the only thing that frustrates me anymore. And most of the time, they're just twists caught up on each other, so they're not real tangles. And being me, with real tangles, it becomes a battle of wills. My will over the will of the yarn to remain tangled. Thank you. I appreciate it. Now, what I was going to say earlier, yarn shopping is a whole other hobby. It is another addiction that you seem to acquire secondary to knitting and crocheting. I'm throwing commercials in more often. I have to pay better attention. So, be prepared for that. Prepare to have every spare space filled up with yarn. Like, I literally did not bring in the yarn, the extra yarn I bought for this project, from the van. I deliberately left it in the van. For times like now, when I'm all alone. I can retrieve it and nobody will yell at me, saying, "More yarn!" But I want this. I think I bought 4 more. I want this to be big. It's a nice light yarn, so it won't be too heavy, because like I said yesterday, my main goal when making blankets is to keep it to a size where it can be put in anybody's washing machine and not break the belt. Because people are over having to drag their blankets, giant quilts, to the laundromat just to have them cleaned. Spot in between, sorry. I'm getting off to the side. I know, either I'm at a constant 10, 11. Oh, I jumped to 13 for a second there. Or I have some die-hard viewers that just hang with me the whole time, and I really appreciate you. And if you'll notice, I'm not even counting each stitch I pull up when I'm by myself. I do count out loud. You can see, it's pretty clear when you've missed. It kind of bunches, makes a mess. Doesn't look right. And when it's right, it lays nice and neat. A little bump right there, feels weird. But that's that corner. That's where the chain 2 is. See, I did go into both of them there too. Isn't it lovely? I love it. I love it how it goes round and round. I'm zoomed out as far as I can be, I think. Yeah, you can even see over here. I would try to lay it out and get a picture later. But I also need to get that front post, back post graphic made from yesterday. Yeah, I don't think this yarn would work. I need to find a yarn you can see easier. Sorry. Foam in the coffee, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and joining is 11. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I wonder how long I went without my music. I haven't actually shared it either, reposted it. I have my phone where I can kind of see it. Welcome, thank you for joining. Let's see what it says here. Slide it over. 46 minutes. There's a lot of fingerprints on it, so that doesn't help. Doesn't seem that long. Here we go. Slide that back over. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining. Really? It was at 3:59. I couldn't leave it there. 3, 4, and basically this is it. It's calming, relaxing. Pull up a loop, pull up a loop, right there, pull up a loop, join, and pull through 2 all the way back. When I first saw Tunisian, I thought how beautiful it looked and how intimidating. It was years ago. And something just prompted me. I was looking for something new and different to do. Something prompted me to try Tunisian. Now, I do have the long hooks. And I have started, but I usually unravel them. Different patterns, different styles of Tunisian. That one got kind of big right there, but that's okay. It'll be fine. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And what I mean by that is where these bars, there's one that I tried and I really got a long way with it. But on the long hooks, you have to hold on to the yarn, kind of like knitting. And that bothers me, having the yarn all up under my hands. But where you make the bars crisscross and they go back and forth, and it's really pretty and I like it, but I don't like the way you have to hold the yarn under your hand while you're working. Which is also my big issue with knitting. So say you did this 100 times onto a long or a cabled hook, and you can fit 100 of these on a long hook, but then you have to hold over the top of them. This I can't stand that. That bothers me. I keep them all bunched up and hold down here. It's a texture thing, and I like texture. It's kind of like working with the project under my elbow. Bothers me. And then there is also where you go under this one and out through the hole back there. So your loops are wrapping around the top. I haven't mastered that one. And sometimes while I'm trying to do it, I forget and switch. And then I have to back up. But this one is very simple, very easy. Join, pull through 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, gotta pay attention, 7, 8, 9, 10, because I'm probably going to get a puzzle soon, which last night in my basketball game I got a little upset. It wasn't. So it says the live will end in 5 minutes unless you complete this puzzle, and it wouldn't load. So I couldn't complete the puzzle, and I was in the middle of a basketball game trying to control 2 devices, the phone, which I was recording from in high def, and the tablet, which I was live streaming from. And since you can only go portrait mode on the tablet, to get a basketball game in side to side, I have to move the tablet back and forth. Now, because I had the phone in landscape mode, I didn't have to move it back and forth as much, but I still needed to pay attention. And so basically I was kind of yelling at TikTok to load the stupid puzzle if they were going to end my live if I don't do the puzzle. And I don't know how I could be inactive when live streaming a basketball game. Not only was I talking, there was action on the screen the whole time, and moving the tablet back and forth. So how on earth they could think I was inactive and make me do a puzzle? It was, to say the least, irritated. And basically telling the algorithm that I think it's full of bull, and just randomly gives everybody a puzzle regardless of whether there's activity on the screen or not. It's just like this. When I do lives, I am almost continuously talking, if not counting. This is another one, just like that one up there. Just like the ridged granny square. I can look on the tablet where I have to be another person so I can monitor it, since it stopped allowing me to cast it to my laptop. The ability to do that just completely ended. I mean, it wouldn't even attempt. It would just sit and spin. So somehow they blocked that. So, yeah, basically I told them, you know, get it together. Actually be paying attention. You know, you have a computer that has the computing power of 1,000,000 minds telling me I haven't done anything for 45, 50 minutes and I need to slide a puzzle piece over in order to stay connected. Oh, come on. And sorry my little rant chased people off. Those of you still with me, thank you. I appreciate it. Just now that TikTok is changing things, it'd be nice if they actually fixed some stuff that needs correcting. And only actually inactive lives should be ended if they're not doing anything. Oops, just about yeeted the tablet into next week. Good morning. Thank you for joining my rant about TikTok's issues. We are crocheting a Tunisian 10-stitch blanket. We are getting closer to the corner. I'm kind of hoping we change colors before we get there, and I can show you a corner again in a more visible shade. We're not as close as I thought. And I am totally shocked that I have not gotten a puzzle yet. Yeah, see, I thought we were more like up here. A ways to go yet. But we will change colors soon. Kind of like yesterday. See, here I go again. While I was doing my live, I changed the words on the banner. And I hit the little arrow, you know, to send it. And then about halfway through the live, I'm looking at my monitor, my tablet, and it still said the last live's banner, the baby hoodie. And I look on my phone and it said Ridged Granny. And I was like, now wait a minute, what the heck? Why is it correct on my phone but incorrect on the live where people are seeing it? So I opened it back up and I sent it again and it went. But just glitches like that. Because if it hadn't sent, it would still be sitting there with the cursor blinking where you type it in the keyboard. And if it had been changed, then why was it still wrong on the broadcast end? Personally, not that I'm a prepper or into the world kind of person, but I think we need to start expecting either the collapse of the digital age or AI taking control of everything and we have to collapse it. Just be prepared for life without devices. Because I can crochet without going live, but I really enjoy being live and answering questions and showing people how to do things and having people that I watch. Like, I'm still learning how to garden. I still haven't set my garden up the way I want it. But that's my plan for this year. Thank you. How long have I been crocheting for today? About an hour. So I gauge it by my oldest son, who was born in 1999. I was stuck at home with him as a baby, and I only had one over-the-air channel on TV. So basically, I was bored out of my skull, and I needed something to do. My great-grandma had taught me how to make a chain way, way, way back when I was like 8 years old. And so, I don't know, I got it in my head. My mom used to go to library sales, and she picked up a crochet book, How to Crochet. And so I snagged that and went to the Ben Franklin store and got a little bit of yarn and a hook. And I think it was the Ben Franklin store. It might have been something else by the time 1999 came around, but I always thought of it as the Ben Franklin store. It's in the same location. And just started learning from black and white pictures in a book. So, 27 years. It's been a while. I did spend a lot of time when my now senior daughter was a baby, and my sophomore son while he was a baby. So yeah, from the time she was a baby until the time he was toddling around, learning to GraphGAN. Thanks, I appreciate that. To make graphic blankets using crochet, plotting them out on graph paper, and then writing them out word for word, and then crocheting them and learning how to crochet over the ends and the tails. I carried the yarn, and basically the way I did it, it made it really thick where the graphing was, which I liked. I liked it. It was nice and sturdy and thick. But basically you double hide the tail by, you go over it the first time, and then the next time around when you go into the stitch, you grab that tail and go under it and bring it up to the next one, and that makes it, lost it because it's so dark, there it is, makes it hidden even more so it doesn't poke through in between stitches. But I spent a few years just doing that and made like, I made 2 Jayhawk blankets, an Oklahoma State blanket for commission, a Patriots blanket, which I still haven't finished because I wanted to add all the Super Bowl championships to it. So here I am prattling on. Yeah, 4 GraphGANs in like 2 years. Of course, I had 2 little kids at the time too, so I wasn't able to just sit and crochet. Now they need very little of my time and attention. So I'm glad I have something to do and somebody to share it with because they're not interested. We are getting close to the corner. I'm trying to stay focused because we're getting close to color changing and the corner. So you can see how we do the mitered corner again. And maybe more clearly with a lighter yarn. I wasn't thinking about that when I stopped at that corner. I thought that's a good place to show how to do the corner decrease and then increase. I wasn't thinking about how dark this purple is. Seven, 8, 9, 10, just to make sure we're still on track. There we go. Color changing, and we're almost to the corner. Getting there.